It was good, everybody. So I just released my album EP actually because it only has 6 songs. It's called, In the Key of G, right? Old Architect in the Key of G. So I want to explain what all this was about. So, it was kind of like, I've always written songs in two ways, right? And it's kind of like where you got to think and where they just flow out. When they just flow out, it's like, bam, I'll write a song like in, the whole song like in 20 minutes or something. And that's kind of how all these songs came about. It was like they just flowed out, and when they flows out like that, it's always like you're connected to something else, right? Like something more divine, right? Like obviously for Nate is, we call it the Great Spirit, for or God, right? Like God for, I guess not everybody else, but it's like some kind of spiritual thing, right? So that's how I felt. Like all these songs, it's only 6 songs, they all came out fairly easy. So it just felt like it was meant to, like, therapeutic, right? It was like some stuff that needed to come out, and it was a very therapeutic 6 songs. 3 of them only have 1 verse because it was like, okay, that's fine, I said what I need to say. And 3 of them have 2 verses, so it's not like the whole regular 3 verses. And I had completely forgot that I had made some albums in 2020. It was like, oh shoot, I did release stuff, because one of the songs I say, like, I haven't been inspired in a while, and I hadn't been. So the other songs, I did have a few songs I released that, but the quarantine, it was more like, because I had the quarantine music volume 1, volume 2, it was more to, like, I guess, keep my sanity in a way during all this stuff, something to do. And there were a few songs that I really liked, but yeah, but these songs just felt different, the way they just flowed out, so that's how I've always preferred to make music. I wrote a few other songs where I was starting, but it felt like I was gonna have to force them or really, like, think, and I didn't want to do that with these other songs, so I kind of just let these 6 be, and that's how it came about. The album cover I use, it's an old picture from the 1940s, from my grandpa. I assume he's in that picture. We have it, it's actually in Tijuana. I forgot the street. I'll find that out. I'll put it in the little thing. But that's where I was born, so it's in where I was born. And then that's another thing to the In the Key of G is like, because I thought I was gonna retire the name Old Architect. I had deleted, like, my Instagram. I was gonna kind of not use this YouTube anymore. I did put out an album actually under my real name, 2 of them. So I thought that's the direction I was gonna go now. And then so my grandpa was the one that gave me that name, right? Old Architect. So so it was kind of in reference to him as well, about there's a whole spiritual thing to that. I'm not gonna get into that, but he's the one that gave me the name. And that's why even in that song, I said, like, my grandpa said I'd be great. Like, that's the first song that started it. When I was little, he was the one that was always telling me good stuff. Really the only one, right? Like, in that sense, like, he was like an angel that was meant to be there to give me that push, right? And so it's in reference to him as well. And even that, right? Like, in case it were like my last album, right? It's a good way to go. Like, I'm proud of this. It's only 6 songs, but I'm proud of all of them. Like, it's they were heartfelt. So yeah, it's kind of like the album cover was perfect, right? It's a picture from his time and everything that's going on in there, right? They're actually protesting. It has the cultural thing. There's the people on horses, with the sombreros and everything. And it's in the middle of, the town, where I was born. There's that old, I've always felt, like the old soul kind of thing. So it's this old picture, and it's crazy, this bus in there. It's like from the 1940s. It doesn't even look like a bus. It's like the craziest thing. But they're protesting, so it has different aspects of my life all in that picture. Including everything with my grandpa, which is the one that gave me the name for Old Architect, right? So, that's like, yeah, it's a lot deeper than, you know, like I guess people don't really you know. And it's funny because even that, it was delayed, right? It was supposed to come out on the 22nd, and it was delayed, and they barely put it out yesterday, which happened to be International Artist Day, which I didn't even know. Someone from Australia hit me up, and they were like, "Oh, happy International Artist Day," and I was like, "Oh wow, what a coincidence that, you know, my album came out on that day." And you know, it had a good meaning to that too. See, so already there's like these spiritual things are the way they're meant to be kind of thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's it. I think I've already explained what this album is about. You know, hope you guys enjoy it. I see some people already. I think, yeah, actually every song I've put out, like all 4 of the songs I put out, I was messaged by someone that, you know, that had a connection with. So I already feel like these songs were all meant to be, you know, so I'm happy about it. And yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoy. And I'll be putting out more music soon. All right, peace.
They say that these might be the last days. They all be living in the last days. The last days. They think we living in the last days. They all be living in the last days. The last days. You all be living in the last days. How could this really be the last days? The last days. They all be living in the last days. How could this really be the last days? Last days, last days. These are the days where people turn to cowards.